The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Are you curious about how business can be better? I'm Simon Pound, and I host Business is Boring, a podcast where I kōrero with some of the most interesting people in entrepreneurship, commerce, and making things happen. Tune in to Business is Boring every Tuesday, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in partnership with Spark Business Lab.
Should I just give it a hoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple rebel Top Gun pilots flying with nowhere to be. Don't know you super well, but I think that you might be the same as me. Behave abnormally.
Kia ora and welcome to Lord Behind the Melodrama, a track-by-track podcast brought to you by the Spin-off and Spark about Lord's new album, Melodrama. I'm your host, Henry Oliver, the music editor at the Spin-off, and over 2 afternoons in May, I sat in a boardroom in Auckland and talked to Lord about the lyrics, songwriting and production of her new album, hearing the stories and influences behind every song. In this episode, we talk about Homemade Dynamite.
I mean, this song is I really admire how simple it is and the simplicity of the emotions. I think there's such a kind of multifaceted record, and I like that the song is just this is what it is. We're feeling pretty good. It's pretty funny. It's pretty reckless. And it just feels like when the party is good and fun, you know? Yeah, I like the simplicity of it. And I think the main thing for me about this one is production, which I think is cool. So that was a Frank Dukes production as well. And the first day we met, that was the one that he was really drawn to and worked out quite quickly. And it did take us a while. I was sort of vouching for the camp of pop because it was just a little bit bootleg for a long time, and then I got a really shiny pop mix done of it, and all of a sudden it made a lot of sense to everyone. He did bring these awesome kind of weird bootleg crappy sampled sounds to it. The drums are not especially hi-fi, but I really like that about it. And I also like the there's these sort of weird keyboard stabs that he brought to it, and I feel that felt like future me in a cool way, a nice graduation from the minimalism of the last record. You know, it is Homemade Dynamite is super minimal, and to have this chorus that has nothing else doing the melody except for these stabs of keyboard, I think that's pretty cool. I wrote this one with Tuvalu. Tove Lo, people also call it. Mispronounced.
She writes a lot about partying.
She writes a lot about partying. Yeah, she does. And I didn't even know I was going to write a song about partying when I walked in there. We just had such a wonderful time together, and it was so quick, and we just got each other very quickly, and it was nice to work with someone whose melodic language is very different to my own. She does employ really different kind of techniques, and it was exciting and stimulating for both of us to kind of feel our brains firing in the ways they fire and how that interacted with one another's, melodic choices. I love Tuva, and it was cool. We wrote it. We actually wrote it. So Max Martin has a compound in LA, beautiful. It's like a resort or something. It's gorgeous. They own the house next door as well. They call it the Gingerbread House because it looks like a little gingerbread house. And Tuva is obviously part of Martin's camp. So we wrote in the Gingerbread House in this janky little studio with I think there's a mattress up. There's the microphone and then a mattress around it for noise cancelling, I guess. And it was quite funny to be pop extraordinaire adjacent, geographically writing that song. And I love it, and I think it's going to be a cool one, I think.
one of the things that struck me about the song is that, you know, there's a lot of love and loss on the record, and this seemed to be the one that had the most to do with like friendship.
Totally.
And that's a big part of like partying. You know, it's
sure.
not all about like meeting someone or like
Totally.
or leaving someone or
Totally.
falling in or falling out of love. It's
Sometimes
also
it is just about like
your buds.
having your arms around your friend's shoulders and being drunk and being into the same song. Yeah, and that was totally the DNA of this. Yeah, and it was important to get that side of that situation onto the record as well, you know. I was quite proud of the there's like a little moment in the second verse, and Jack sees this as like a very me thing, and that I can like get really goth in a really sweet poppy way. And I think I actually sort of first started doing that after I listened to oh my God, it's been so long since what are they called? My little ribs around you, dun under you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Come a little closer, let fold. Cut open my, I'm Googling it. Sternum and pull. You know, like those cute little kind of purity ring. There we go. Purity ring. Sorry, purity ring. I adore you. So there's a moment in the second verse where I go, we'll end up painted on the road, red and chrome, all the broken glass sparkling. I guess we're partying.
I guess we're partying, so let's let
And that to me is like a very like me thing to do. Like it's funny, but it's also real goth because we're all fucked out from a car crash, you know. A mythical car crash. It didn't actually happen.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. But it could have if we had let that person drive.
our rules, our dreams, we're blind. Blowing shit up with homemade dynamite.
This podcast is produced for The Spinoff by Yana Winter and Henry Oliver. Recorded and edited by Yana, with additional recording by Jose Barbosa. Like all of The Spinoff's music content, Lord, Behind the Melodrama, is brought to you by Spark. Listen to all the music you love, including Melodrama, on Spotify Premium, free with all of Spark's pay monthly mobile plans. Find more Spinoff podcasts on iTunes or wherever else you get these things. For more from The Spinoff, go to thespinoff.co.nz.
Our rules, our dreams, we're blind. Blowing shit up with homemade dynamite. Our friends, our drinks, we get inspired. Blowing shit up with homemade dynamite.
Are you the first person to say the word dichotomy on a Coachella stage?
I forgot I said dichotomy. What a herb, eh? What a bloody herb.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spinoff Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBet.
Kia ora e te iwi, Te Aihe Butler here, podcast manager at The Spinoff. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spinoff member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. The Spinoff Podcast Network.